Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. And we're back live at the shop. This time we got the studio set up. I sent Midwest Night Watchers an invite. We'll see if he comes through. Let's just go ahead and drop our intro. We're going to remix this intro again. Jeez. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yes, we're coming through for round 2. Live in effect. Sharon. We got Sharon and Blazer in the house. Salute to you, Blazer. Yes, we're live and on duty at the shop. So heads up, folks. Bro took off to run some errands, and so he should be back in a little while. That'll be backup, but for now, we're holding it down. Solo. We might have some backup on the stream here. I sent Gero from Midwest Night Watchers a chat a link, and thank you for that super chat. Getting caught. You're making me stutter here, Blazer. Yes, we met our goal. We appreciate that, Blazer. He's got a 1111 on it. Yeah. We're all the people. We're all my angel number lovers. 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11. I was picking up that little feedback too. I think I got to really stand away when I hit the echo feature now. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I pushed or touched, but now I get feedback when I try to use the echo. I fixed the robot sound. Kitty catty whack. Looks like you got notified. Yeah, I think you were the one that left me the message about not getting a notification from the last stream, but you left that on a pre-recorded video. So maybe that was it. Maybe that might have thrown you off. It was a pre-recorded video. It's a little 10-minute. What up, Jonaside? Cheers to you. Cheers to T-Bone as well. T-Bone, I'm going to email you. I got your email, brother. Let me know. Give me 1 second. And then Blazer too. I got something for all of you actually. Gero, there's several people. I got a little list. I just don't know. Hopefully everything fits everyone. Yeah, I got a few things for y'all. So just bear with me. I'm a little slow with the mail and all that. It depends. If it's like a shop item, then boom, we get it out right away. We get it to you. We've gotten stuff to the UK safely and all good. But this stuff, I need to figure out, make sure you guys like it and make sure it fits you before we ship it out. So I'll be in contact with those of you that I've mentioned. And yeah, again, Blazer. Keeping the fire going. I had a little fire break earlier too. Little sesh. And let's see, what time is it here? 2:40 on the West Coast. We got DJ Cubert up on the big screen. Yes, scratching away. And yeah, we have all you hanging out here. So that's great. Gustavo, bienvenidos. Welcome, Gustavo. Yeah, Gustavo's in Argentina. We got to get a flight out there sometime. Check out what's going on in Argentina. Can't wait to travel. Yeah, we were talking about gas prices earlier. We'll bring that up in a minute. What else? We got several things we're going to talk about here, but we're going to definitely get into the Ohio Bigfoot streak. There's different, I know they're calling it different things. It's just been a rash of sightings in Ohio. They're up to number 8 now, Bigfoot sightings. And it seems to be, who knows, it could be a group. But from some of the reports, it seems like 2 of them being described. I've noted what seems like people describing like an black 8-footer, and then maybe a smaller brown one. I don't know. Maybe that could be in just one of the reports. Maybe I reread the reports and thought I was hearing it maybe from different reports. But that's what I've got so far. One is black, about 8 feet. The other one brown, maybe about 6 feet. I could be wrong. And I think bro is pulling up right now. And bro did do some nice cleaning earlier. He mopped the floor, got the place all good vibed up. The shop, yes, we're open. Sky's the limit smoke shop, folks. Don't forget, if you're in the SoCal area, Los Angeles area, East LA area. Did y'all catch the speed chase with us earlier? It was on the east side here. Yeah. Live police chase. And actually, it wasn't too long after I ended the stream that the situation pretty much ended too, with the suspect being arrested. His mama came out. Yep. His girlfriend came out. Oh, Lord. Did anyone watch anyone watch the rest of that? Oh, my goodness. We could pull it up, and I knew it. There he is, the man of the hour. And, bro, I didn't get to the restroom yet. I will after the stream. Yeah. I told bro that I was gonna clean the restroom, but then he took off on me, and I'm like, well, I can't do that. I can't be in the back cleaning the restroom and then have the shop open, because you never know who might come in here. And I could always lock the door, but that's we don't want to scare our customers away. So I was like, you know what? I'll hold off, wait till bro gets here, get the stream going. Wait till bro gets here. We'll have backup now, and we'll clean the restroom when we're done with this. Yeah, T-Bone coming in hot. Yes, with 10 bones. Yes, sir. Bless up, T-Bone. And you're already on the list, brothers. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah, I got something lined up for you, and I think you might like it. So, and then brother Jeff Albillar, I got something for you as well. And you're gonna have to make stickers again and give those out. We've done that a couple of times. That was years back. I haven't been able to afford to do that, and we might be able to now. We could do something like that. Get stickers for everyone, and start working on some things there. Let's see what else we got going on. So yes, the Ohio streak of Bigfoot sightings. Have y'all been keeping up? So there's a YouTube channel, Squatch Detective. Salute to you, sir. Steve Coles and his co-host, I forget his name. And they had Jeremiah Byron from Bigfoot Society, who's been kind enough to bring us along this streak, this journey of Sasquatch activity in Ohio. And I mentioned earlier, I haven't really experienced this. I don't think. Yeah, not at this level. Maybe on the level where we look up reports and we notice that maybe there's another green report right by it, maybe 3, but that's about it. But he's getting firsthand people, witnesses calling in to him and getting him the details of what's going on. And then he linked up with another Bigfoot group from the area, and they have boots on the ground. So they're, and from what I heard, it's a good guy. And I think his name's Glenn too. What do you know? Right on, Glenn. Get at it, Glenn. Come on, Glens. We know the brother PNW Rush, who's hopefully listening. I don't see him in the chat. What up, SoCal Squatcher? Welcome on in, bro. Yeah, you caught the stream. Great. Yeah, we need some more SoCal heads here. I know everyone's from like everywhere else, which we love. We get a few locals that hop in here, and it's good to have you here. And hopefully, we want to line you up, SoCal, see what you got going on, Sasquatch related here in SoCal. Let's see, got a little, look at this little dread sticking out here. I'm telling you, they grow on their own. This is all by itself. We're gonna tuck you back here. Yeah, wild stuff. Have you been keeping up, SoCal? What up, Thirsty? He's Thirsty 86 now. You don't want to be Thirsty 86 out the bar. Let me tell you, that's a bad situation. And we were mentioning earlier with the speed chase. What up, Isaac? Cheers to you, brother. Good to see you all here. Angelique, welcome. Yeah, did y'all catch the Southern California madness earlier? We're going to finish it off. Let's finish it off, folks. But first, we're going to start with how's the weather out your way? Hopefully, you've dodged those storms that were happening. And hopefully the family and all the loved ones are good. You know, prayers out to those states that got hit with the recent storms. And yeah, we've been getting in the habit of pulling up the weather here. And this is not to brag or anything like that. It's just showing you the realness. 91 in Boyle Heights. Can you believe it?
Bruh.
Ugh, it's hot. I'm in the mesh marina. I'm in the board shorts. I'm in sandals. I'm in the least amount of clothing possible, except for the hat. Got a little bit of headgear going. And Hillbilly Herb is saying something here. I got a what? Here, hold on. His comment's going to pull up. SoCal Squatcher says, just chilling, working, heading up to the Sierra and Death Valley this weekend. So he's going to be behind these mountains here that I always talk about, the San Gabriels. And how fun is that? Actually, our buddy that I call Ohio, who I need to get in touch with, he comes by the shop every so often. And he has roots in LA and roots in Ohio. And he's the one who was telling me about Akron and different parts of Ohio. And I brought up Bigfoot with him. And yeah, I want to talk to him about all this going on. And then I wanted to talk to him about his trip into Death Valley as well. He took like, I think, a week, rented a little, I wouldn't even call it a van. It's like a little van truck thing. And I think he brought maybe a buddy out from Ohio, and they went out into the desert, and he made it back. I have seen him since, so that's great. And I can't wait to hear his trip. Anyway, so yeah, 91 down here in SoCal. You can see the rest of the state is not quite like down here. And it's usually like that, you know, we get the heat down here, but San Francisco 71, Trinidad 57, Garberville 66, Mendocino County at 67, Death Valley is 87. You would have thought, I would have thought Death Valley would be like at 100 right now if Boyle Heights here is 91. That's kind of weird. Anyway, and the rest of the week is going to be quite like that, as you can see here. Let me pull up the window here. So today 91, tomorrow Friday 91 again, and then it drops down to 83. This is Los Angeles. 87, then back up into the 90s, 92, 93 next week. Man, heads up, folks. And like we mentioned earlier, it seems like the attitudes flare up with the heat out here. So a lot of craziness. What's up, the Bud Files? And what was Hillbilly Irv saying earlier? Let me tell you that I'm a duppy conqueror. Yeah, man. Me, I conquer them, duppy them. Best tacos in Boyle Heights. You know, they did a little thing on, there's a King Taco down the road here, and we're right off of Olympic and Indiana on Alma Street. And there's a King Taco down the way. If you come to LA and you don't know where to start with tacos, go to King Taco. It's a good start there. And then you can make your way, find the more fancier. I like to go to the more specialty places that may have, like, vegetarian, vegan options, of course. But you can still have that Mexican style. It doesn't have to be all like, vegan. And no, you get it with good Mexican and healthy ingredients. And then also there's specialty meats you can find out here. There's a place here in Eagle Rock. It's called Cacao. And I love the name Cacao because I love cacao fruit. I love chocolate as well. Real chocolate. Oh man, a Coming to America quote came to mind. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Chocolate. And is Gero in the studio yet? Let's see. Is he in the chat? I got to keep an eye out for Gero. I did send him an invite, and just in case, we're going to do it like this too. So we're going to put the link up in. Then anyone will have access to the link, but no one usually jumps on anyway. But just in case Gero didn't get the email, and if he's lurking in the chat, there it goes. We really lack good fast food taco options in Toronto. The West is the best. Yeah, bro. You ain't got no Mexicans up there? I'm surprised. I'm sure there is Mexicans up there. They're everywhere, Hillbilly. We're everywhere. Yeah. Huh. That's weird. Well, the good thing is you could always make your own. I feel like I make some of the best tacos. I'd rather have my own damn tacos than going out to most of these places, even here in LA. Boom. How about that? All right. Weather's done. Thank you. What else we got going on out here? So we did finish up the ending. Joanne B, welcome. Waving a turquoise person, waving hand back at you. We ended a speed chase, so don't worry, folks. We're just watching the end of this because we cut off right before it ended. I felt like maybe y'all were getting bored. I didn't want it to drag on for hours because I'm on duty as well, right? So, but we could check out the ending, which I thought was a little bit hilarious. So again, the suspect was, and I believe he was probably underage because I think his mom popped out and his girlfriend popped out, which looked young as well. Or it could have been his sister. Never know. Yeah, they said he was consuming Nas. And most of you probably know what that is. And it's a big thing out here. And so I guess I don't know what the whole story was, but they started chasing him. Someone maybe called it in, or maybe Popo seen him. Not sure. And the chase was on, and Stu over at Fox 11 was up in the chopper, so he was giving us the play-by-play, and I was giving you mine as well. And yeah, it got pretty crazy. They were going all over the place. He went up over towards where I'm staying at and got to check out the neighborhood there right quick, and so did y'all. Let's see. Let's pull this up. Here we go. So again, this is the ending of the chase here from earlier. And we'll put some audio with this.
Yeah, he's under the tree now. He's coming out the gate. I have a feeling they're going to make him walk towards him. Maybe just do the orbit. Wait. Maybe he's making it easier for us.
There he is.
Made it easier for us. There we go. He changed his hoodie. I thought he had a gray hoodie on.
Come on, put your hands up.
You don't
I'll
want to
get
hear
shots
that.
of Mom in a minute. Just relax.
And don't worry, this will be quick. It won't be long. Just a couple minutes. We got to get the ending.
Look how
I told
gentle
you
they are.
we were going to give you the update.
They didn't even tackle him.
That's Stu. They didn't even tackle him. Did you hear Stu? Stu has some of the craziest comments sometimes. And let me tell you, sometimes I wonder. I'm like, Stu,
all right, put you on the back of the motorcycle and take you in.
You high up in the sky up there, brother. How
Yeah.
you feeling?
I would venture to say law enforcement. Yeah, it's probably Bell PD.
So we're gonna check. There's Mom.
I didn't have to worry about it. Mom came to me.
And Mom kind of just pats him in the back. I'm like, no, you should be smacking this kid, right? Bopping him upside the head. But I guess you can't do that stuff anymore.
Yeah, well, he's got his back to us. And he's also in public. I don't know how that all works. Yeah, he's driving.
Our era would have got beat down on the spot in front of everybody, right?
Look at, she's got a cat on her shirt. How bad can she be?
Let's see the kitty emojis.
Crying.
Where's the girlfriend? Oh,
it's okay. You can borrow the car when you get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The street takeover, kids.
Here comes the girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
Melissa was right. Melissa, you were right.
Yep.
That was my car. You borrowed my car. Really? Really?
Oh, no.
Really?
Babe.
Oh, got a little hug action going on.
I'm sorry.
I'm thinking girlfriend. Melissa said it was a girlfriend.
Oh.
I don't know. You think it was a sister? All right.
Bro's gonna pull up to the shop tomorrow when they release his ass to be like, heard you live stream me, bro.
Look, he's even riding in the front.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Don't do the gas, kids. That's the moral of this one here. All right. So that's the update on that. Glad I was able to bring that to you. And Joanne, come on, Joanne. Chi, come on. You would have put the kids in a headlock, right? And give them the noogie, right? The coscorron. Los coscorrones. The noogie, at least, several times. A few elbows, to the chest. Oh, man. Anyway, I'm glad that ended like that and not in like some crazy barricade situation, shootout. You never know, especially these days. We've been getting a heads up here in California for some sort of attack. And I'm not sure if anyone else in the States or anywhere else has been hearing that. And we have been, yeah, thank goodness nothing like that happened yeah. So we're on alert here. And even though they're saying that it may be tied to things going on overseas, I'm not quite sure. They can say whatever they want, but I'm like, dude, red flag, high alert right now. We got the mailman coming through. We see if we got any mail here. Yeah, because I remember several weeks back we talked about. Well, yeah, we brought it. We brought up what was it? Palm Springs out here, Palm Springs, California. Dude blew up this facility, youngster too. I think he was in his 20s, and he took himself out in that situation. Luckily, didn't hurt anyone else, but literally blew this freaking building up. And that was like, whoa. And so since then, I've been on like high alert. And that was like ending of last year sometime. And then since then, there's been several situations. There was this group, and they were mixed, like all American. They seemed like had all different races in it, and it was ran by an older lady, supposedly. I don't know. And they were nailed out here in Southern California with a property out in the desert. I don't know if Death Valley is well behind, I think, these mountains somewhere. And they found all this material to make stuff. And it's like, whoa, what the hell? And they had plans to do something. Also, we had the marathon recently. There was just the other day, several days ago, there was a suspicious package called into supposedly suspicious materials inside of a vehicle that was outside of, I think, the Bonaventure or something that was in the path of the marathon. And then we heard about the East Coast situation. So again, all these weird things, a lot of suspicious packages being found throughout the city. I get the citizens alert, and this is all out of late. So just a heads up. And then now the news talking about that stuff. There was the situation also when we were watching the streamers, we were live streaming, and I heard from LAPD, who was talking to one of the streamers. And that was soon after that group had gotten nailed that I just mentioned, that they had gotten warnings of a bunch of different threats of different packages because they were at an In-N-Out due to a suspicious package at the moment there. So there's all these things. So just a heads up, heads up, folks, especially if you're in SoCal. Click on the link. Not sure if I'm in backstage or not. Says Gero, let's check backstage. All right, Gero, give me a moment, brother. Boom. Let's see. I don't see anybody here. Dang it. Let's try over here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's my fault. I have trouble. Every time we share a link and we're trying to get a guest to come on, something happens. So let's try this. So could we in person, someone recording next? Nope. Send the link to someone joining from another device. Yes. All right. So I think it stirred up a new link for me here, Gero. And so I'm going to go ahead and email that to you. Or look, I could do it from here. Sorry. Boom. Here we go. All right. New link sent, Gero. Maybe give it a minute or so. And then I'll keep an eye out here as well, but I'll get back into the groove as well. Mickey Richards, what's up? Welcome on in. Ohio Grassman. I'm sure Ohio Grassman's hanging out with Hillbilly Herb right now. Probably twisting something in the chat. Nice. Don't forget to pass it over here. I'm here, guys. Yeah, so we'll give Gero a minute there. And actually, let's go ahead and just hop on into it while it's hot. Sometimes they remove these reports from the websites. So we're going to pull up the Bigfoot mapping project. And this is how it started for Jeremiah over at Bigfoot Society, where he read a report off this mapping project, and it just spiraled into these 8 sightings or 8 reports, 8 encounters, I guess you could say, or eight reports, Bigfoot reports out of Ohio, starting in Portage County, and then it seems like it's bounced over several counties. Jeremiah has a little map over on Bigfoot Society's YouTube page, or you could go to BigfootSocietyPodcast.com, I believe it is. And that's he also has a database there. And so I'm watching his channel closely, and there is Gero. Boom. Greetings.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Heck yeah. What's up, Gero?
All right. I don't know why the first link didn't work.
Well, and later I did see it gave me the option. It was like, are you inviting someone in, or are you having someone next to you? So I clicked that, and I'm sure it refreshed a new link, and that one worked. So
yeah, that one went through all the normal process. The first one didn't. It just took me right in, and then I didn't have no controls, no volume, no mic, nothing.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm glad this one worked out, and I'm gonna put that in the notes the way we did that. Remember how to do that for me. And how you doing today, Gero?
Good.
Right on. And sorry it didn't pan out last night. I didn't even end up going live. You know, I was back and forth. I was like, Gero, I'm about to go live. I think, want to hop on. And it was this back and forth. Gero was like, whatever, just let me know if you are. Yeah. So anyway, and feel free to hop in at any point. I was going to take a look at this report off the Bigfoot mapping project that I saw earlier today. Because I'm constantly checking just for new reports and stuff, and that's kind of been something we've been doing here, and you do the same, but using different databases or different things, maps you've been pulling up as well. And so I've been noticing is sometimes the green lit reports, which are the fresh reports, sometimes get hidden behind other older reports, or maybe sometimes they won't show up right away. Sometimes you got to zoom in a bit for them to pop up. There's different little things I've been noticing to help us out, checking these, especially this particular map out. And I don't know, have you been checking it out, Gero? Have you been pulling it up?
Yeah, I look at it a little bit, but I've been following the Ohio reports a lot from Bigfoot Society.
Yeah. Yeah. And, he has his own database and map, and I believe it's all the reports of interviews he's done. He go ahead and maps them out, and so we've been pulling it up, so we'll probably pull that up here in a minute just to see if there's anything new there as well, and then we'll be checking also the BFRO. But I did want to read this right quick because I do believe this is a newer report added in, and it could be one of the reports already that Jeremiah received. And so we'll have a read here and see what it says. And again, this one was hard to see because it wasn't popping up as a green report. And I'm afraid to even touch anything because I don't want to lose it. But it right here, you could see it's an orange one. So there's an older report within the last 10 days. So we probably read it. But there's a green one. If you notice, there's a little bit of a green hue around it. So I think there's a green fresh report under that. And it says date and time of sighting 3/11/26. So that was yesterday. So I'm taking it. It's one of the reports, maybe again, that Jeremiah got in 4:30 p.m. right before 4:20, Gero. And maybe he didn't find that funny. No vocalization. And it says, I was driving home yesterday, heading west on Route 5. It was around sunset. I just passed Rock Spring Road when I saw a figure standing 20 feet off the road in some brush. I could only see the top half of it because it kind of drops into a ditch. It seemed tall and was all brown, but what's all I could make out since I was going pretty fast. Mostly just the silhouette of a head and shoulders. I couldn't see any details. It took me a second to try to process what I saw, but I turned around a little down the road and came back to see if it was still there. I pulled onto Rock Spring, but didn't see anything. It was gone. It dips down pretty far from Rock Spring, so I walked around until I got to the brush line. There was kind of a skunky smell.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm not sure about you, Gero. Hey, maybe there's a patch around there or something. I didn't see any parked vehicles or anything, so I don't know what else this could have been. So yeah, it's color brown, and again, that's right in the area of these reports, Gero. You can see Akron off to the left there, and I'm gonna drop the squatch a little more just to see if the green pops up. I could be wrong. I don't know. I didn't want to move it since I had it there. So it's possible we could have read this, but no, it's 3/11. We didn't read any yesterday. So yeah, I think this is a fresh one. It still has that green hue to it. So yeah. So what do you think about these reports, Gero? I mean, what do you have so far that you've been gathering up, and have you been looking into any other sources for information?
Well, I follow the same things that you do, but like I said, I've been really paying attention to the Ohio reports since it's been happening 5 days in a row. And we have what, 8 or 9 reports now?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know if it's on the night. So I'm wondering, yeah, because I'm on 8 still from yesterday. And I'm just wondering, I haven't heard any updates from Bigfoot Society, but I did see that there was also before we leave Bigfoot Mapping Project, I did want to share also, we've been bringing up that if you check this out, we're going to pull out here. And
Right.
I'm gonna refresh just in case there is any other new reports coming in. Were you gonna say
I think
something?
there's a couple. There was the 2 new ones in Oregon recently too. I think those are the blue ones. Maybe there's a different one besides that.
There's one here in Oregon. We did read that, and so like I was mentioning earlier, so if you look at Ohio from here, see you can't tell there's a green report because this orange one seems to be right where that green one is as well. So just a heads up there when you're looking at reports here on this site, which again, I love this site, and I hear there might be like some upgrades with it coming soon. I'm not, I can't really speak on it too much. I'm not too sure. But if you head over to Mali, Africa, which we've been noticing lately, and I've been bless you. That's bro there blowing the trumpet. Mali, Africa gets these, and I don't know if it's by default or something, but they get these reports here, but they're not African reports. So just a heads up, folks. So there is a new report added to the mapping project, but it's over in Africa, and I don't think it's from Africa. And I did read it. We could check it out right while we're here, right quick. I don't think it was too long. Let me see. Yeah, it's not too long, so I could read this. And there wasn't anything in here that led me to maybe where it could be from. We have read some that have popped up here in Mali, and there were some details that led, like there was one from Illinois and one from the UK that ended up there for some reason. So just a heads up, and don't forget to scan the rest of the earth, folks, for these reports. So quick reading here. This one's 5/20/26. And it says 8.5 feet in height, and no vocalization in this one. And it says report from my mother about an incident when she was a teenager in the afternoon, 4 to 5. It says grandma, mother, and daughter in mid-50s picking asparagus in the family field, seen a big, shaggy Bigfoot creature, brown in color, more hairy on arms and legs, chest and back, less hair covering buttock. Yeah, Squatch had his cheeks exposed there. And, and that could be due to maybe sitting and stuff, I would imagine. Maybe those parts of the body, maybe like the knees or certain parts would get worn out or maybe not have as much hair. But who knows? What do you think, Gero?
Yeah, all these reports, they always seem different. They're very similar, but there's always different aspects depending on who's viewing them, who's telling the report. A lot of times it's the family member that doesn't believe in Bigfoot that actually has the sightings. That happened in Ohio. The mother didn't believe, but the daughter, knew about Bigfoot, but she's the one that had to report or the sighting.
Yeah, and did you hear her? And I believe it's the same person I'm thinking about. She left a quote in the report, I believe, and I don't know if you remember the quote.
No,
but it was, yeah, I think so. If it's the same person we're speaking of the recent Ohio reports, I believe she mentioned something about like, I knew what it was, but I didn't know what it was. I think was the quote, something like that. And yeah, very interesting. So I'll read. There's a little more here. It says, so less hair covering the buttocks and seen running away from the group towards the woods. The group of women left quickly, yeah, to return home from the field. Wow. So there's sounds like a farm on private property report there. And who knows from where? I mean, hopefully we could figure that out. And yeah, that's that's it for the Bigfoot mapping project there. I thought we'd bring up these recent current reports. And have you seen any of the newsreels, Gero? Let's see. Let me stop sharing here. Have you caught any of the news reports?
No, I have not.
Okay. I've seen several, actually. There's quite a few. And so last night I was watching Squatch Detective on YouTube, Steve Coles, and they had Jeremiah on. And you know, the chat was going off and everything. I wasn't there. I watched this after, it was about maybe midnight or so when I was watching it. But they mentioned that some of the people in the chat mentioned it was making national news, that Fox had covered it and several other big media outlets. And then someone else mentioned that it was already international news. So could be that, you know, you're hearing this around the world. And yeah, I don't know exactly. Jeremiah kind of maybe felt a little bit odd. Who knows? He didn't say too much about it, but yeah, I don't know. Could it be a good thing, a bad thing that it's getting this much press? What do you think, Errol?
Well, obviously, it's exciting when you have this many reports in such a short time period that people are actually, even like Bigfoot Society. And I have a map we can show that the progression that it's making, so you can actually follow it on his maps that he's showing which way these reports are going.
Yeah. And the way they are going, they were mentioning last night as well. And I recommend that. I shared it. You can find it on, it's in my posts. And so you should be able to link to that video. And it's also on Jeremiah's Bigfoot Society's YouTube channel, and I'm sure all over his different platforms that he's on. And what else? I wanted to mention also, there was something that several things that came to mind was that they were headed, they crossed several counties, and it seems like, I don't know, that they're starting to head south a bit. And they mentioned a particular maybe a couple particular investigators from the area that it looks like they're heading towards, and it's actually a well-known area for Bigfoot activity already.
Right.
So yeah, I found that interesting. And so I want to pull up really quick, let's see, this time the BFRO, because we did see some reports out of Portage, I think, if I'm not mistaken. On the previous stream, we had pulled up the BFRO and checked out what they had there. But I looked again and noticed actually there's a little section on the BFRO when you pull up a particular state. And I guess I've been missing it, but let me show you right here. So if you go to sightings by region, and we go to Ohio here, and then you could go county by county. So up here, it says most recent reports out of Ohio. So that was perfect. That's cool. It makes it really simple to go through some of the last reports coming out of Ohio. So we'll have a look here. And I did have let's see. I did want to skip over, and I thought I had a map of the counties somewhere here. Maybe I'll find it.
Well, I have Bigfoot Society's map showing the progression if you want to show that at some point.
Yeah. We could pull that up too. But what I want to point out here is that all right, we know Ohio's known for all types of activity, Bigfoot, there's been Dogman and all sorts of crazy stuff, even UFOs, as I was looking into Portage County. And Alex Petikoff did mention that in the chat that I was speaking about last night, that actually STM is, I believe they're either had been out there recently covering an old UFO report from that area. And I believe last night when I was digging into like other weird stuff happening in those counties, the UFO stuff did come up. I believe it's 1966. And it was two deputy sheriffs that may have had a sighting. And I guess STM is going to cover that. And there's some other stuff that popped up related to that case as well. So it's a pretty well-known case. And actually a few other things UFO related popped up as well. But really quick, September 2024, Carroll County. So if you know the counties in Ohio, you'll know that Carroll actually, I believe it touches with Portage, if I'm not mistaken. And here you could read wood knocks and branches thrown near strip mine ponds 9 miles southeast of Canton. And then over here you get a 2025 May Jefferson County, which is, I think, another county that is touches with Portage there, or one of the counties that are in this rash of reports right now. So trucker on Route 7 spots a Sasquatch on railroad tracks 10 miles north of Steubenville. And then June 2024, Columbiana County, it's a Class B county fire investigator spots a possible Bigfoot spotted in cornfield near Beaver Creek State Park. So again, these are 2025 and 2024 submitted reports to the BFRO. So I found that interesting, you know, so
Right.
even, yeah, you know, some history there and some recent Bigfoot activity. And darn, I don't think that was showing. Let me see. Let me pull this up for y'all so you could see what I was showing there. I got to keep in mind that I have you in here as well, and the different windows I need to pop up.
Right.
And I appreciate you again coming on, girl. So again, any more thoughts on this? I mean, do you think there's going to be more sightings? Do you think, have you tried looking into maybe any other high strangeness going on in that area? Do you know of any?
Well, I think now that we've had these many reports, I think more people will probably start reporting it just because it's out there in the open. It's national news now, worldwide, even like you said. I think the UK and other areas are starting to pay attention to these reports. So I think maybe as more, there's got to be more reports because I think there's going to be more sightings and maybe people will come forward because it is in the news.
Yeah. And another thing that's happened actually that Jeremiah brought up last night was that actually he's also getting flooded with a bunch of troll stuff too. So now people are, you know, calling in with crazy stuff, and you know,
Right.
so he's got to be able to filter that out. And yeah, that's a bummer too. So it comes, it's like the double edge, the catch 22. There's a, you know, the duality to all this. You know, there could be obviously a bad side to some of this stuff as well. You know, people getting out there with weapons and maybe wanting to hunt this stuff down too is another danger. So you got to keep an eye out for that. And yeah, but I find it just, again, fascinating that this is happening, and big up to Ohio. How lucky for them to have this going on. And yeah, I do want to pull up a news reel, and I think this one might be over on, let's see. So this is a Bigfoot Society's YouTube channel here. Under here is a news report, and this I pulled up last night. So it's Northeast Ohio sees recent surge in Bigfoot sightings, and I've seen several news stations again cover, you know, with newsreels out already, and I love the newsreels, even though some of them are kind of but I think it's cool that they touch on it. A lot of times they'll poo-poo it and stuff, but I do want to have a listen and see what they have to say. So we could hang out and check this out really quick, Gero. But if there's anything else you'd want to say before we listen into this news segment?
No, let's go ahead and watch that, and then we can bring up my map that Bigfoot Society shared. We can talk about them.
Okay, cool. You should be able to bring up stuff on your end. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah, if there's anything you want to bring up, yeah, go ahead and feel free. And let's check this out. This is several minutes long, so hang tight.
12 minutes past the hour, right?
And again, this is let's see, WKYC channel 3. Let me pop the window open.
Now, so I don't know if you've heard of the multiple reports. Northeast Ohio is on Bigfoot watch with at least 6 encounters reported in just 5 days. And that's the latest update from the Bigfoot Society itself.
Now, most of these sightings are coming from the Portage County area near Manaway Center, Garrettsville, and the surrounding wooded trails.
This is file footage that we're going to show you here. of witnesses say they have seen large, dark, human-like figures, much like these, moving quickly through the woods. Now, no clear evidence has emerged to confirm the encounters, but the frequency.
I think you're muted.
It's pretty cool that they pulled up the Patterson-Gimlin footage.
You know, the interesting thing is that they always talk about Patty's gait and how she lifts her leg up at a higher degree than normal humans do. But the Ohio reports, a lot of them are saying it's like somebody's walking on stilts.
Yep.
They don't talk about how they lift their leg up. They talk about how awkward they're walking.
Yeah, that was another thing Jeremiah had pointed out too, was like, yeah, he hadn't really heard that before. And, you know, he gets tons of reports and, you know, emails and all that. So yeah, that's an interesting thing to take note of. And, yeah, the stilt thing, it's pretty odd. I mean, I think when people move on stilts, it's actually kind of slow moving from what I've seen and have this like weird almost look to it.
Right. Reminds me of the what were they out in California where they had the
Fresno night crawlers.
The night crawlers looked like they were on stilts.
Yeah, and even though they were tiny, but they have that weird walk to them, like, yeah, like they were on stilts. Exactly.
Has certainly grabbed an awful lot of attention online, not just here in Ohio, but even nationwide.
That video looks a little shady to me in this day of sharp-eyed people looking for AI.
Well, it's file footage. We don't know how old it is. It is file
footage. We don't know how they've tinkered with it. Yes. Yes, but our very own Sasquatch spotter himself, Mike Polk Jr., joins us with the latest. You were put on this story today.
Exciting time.
Yeah, she's not too up on game on the Patterson footage, huh?
No. Well, you know, to be honest, that one is AI because they enhanced it.
Okay.
To make it more smooth and clear image. So she's not completely wrong, but the original film was not AI.
Yeah, but you know, I would think she's been around the planet quite a while. I would have thought she would have known the Patterson-Gimlin footage, but anyway, here we go.
It's the hottest story, so they sent their lead reporter, and I understand. Thanks. As you can imagine, all the social media buzz had me heading out on my town to find and hunt for answers. And as it turns out, Ohio has some surprising claims to fame when it comes to state rankings. We're #1 at producing rubber and plastics. We rank 4th in tomato production, 5th in soybeans, and boast the most haunted houses of any state in the union. Take that, Pennsylvania. But here's one you might not expect. Ohio is 4th in the nation for reported Bigfoot sightings, just behind Washington, California, and Florida. And based on last week's flurry of local reports, Florida might want to step up its Yeti game, or the Buckeye State could be coming for that bronze. So why is this concentration of sightings happening right here, right now? What's behind this Sasquatch surge? And how concerned should Northeast Ohioans be? Our viewers deserve answers, so I spoke with Jeremiah Byron from the Bigfoot Society podcast, who has been tracking this recent rash of sightings and speaking directly with several witnesses. Here's what he had to say.
Well, you know, looking at the map, that's something I've been trying to figure out too. And I don't know if it means this is some kind of migration. There's people that have theorized maybe there's mating going on.
I will say, in this era of everyone has a phone in their pocket, has anyone able to grab a picture of any of these to send to you? Have you seen any actual evidence?
Solid question. So it is a very interesting age that we're living in because it's not only owning a phone, but it's also AI. So if I'm getting a photo, I am, which I've gotten at least one, but you do a reverse image search on Google for it. It's a photo that's been used before. That's a total fake. Most of these witnesses were not out looking for Bigfoot. They're out taking their dog out, or they're driving somewhere, or they're hiking. They're not expecting this, so they don't have their phones ready. And a lot of these encounters were anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds.
Well, Jeremiah told me that what makes this recent spate of local sightings so noteworthy is the unique concentration of the reports, both chronologically and geographically.
So I'll pause it right there. That's is that the map you were going to pull up, Gero?
Let me see. No, I think mine has one more.
Okay, so you have
that.
Okay. So we'll finish this. Let's see. I think it's almost done.
He says
here.
that there has not been such an intense rash of Bigfoot encounters anywhere in the country since the late 1970s, you guys. Isn't that something, huh? And we are like, isn't it amazing that we're one of the top 4 for this? Because you think about it, of course, it makes sense in Oregon or in Washington and California. Those are Pacific Northwest, huge wooded places. Then Florida, of course, it's so weird. Right. Of course, that's number 3. But how does Ohio? Why do big feet or Bigfoots, depending on how you define them,
how you pluralize it?
Why do they like us so much? What's wrong with Iowa?
Who doesn't like us so much?
Yeah, I just don't know. Have you ever had an encounter? Have you seen anything like this?
Not yet.
No? Give it time.
I'm always on the lookout, though.
Yeah.
When I first saw the video, if you just kind of glanced at it and glanced away, I thought, could that be hunters?
Right.
I mean, hunters out there in the woods, because that's where they are.
They do hang out in the woods typically. But again, we're just still waiting for that smoking gun, not from the Bigfoot hunters. Leave him alone. I mean, the smoking gun that proves that he's wandering around Ohio. Wouldn't it be cool if it were right here in our backyard? The missing link got discovered in 2026.
Would it be cool?
I like science.
I don't know about that.
I'm all for the chaos. Bring it on.
That could be a little sketch.
Thanks for the time, though, Jeremiah. Right. Appreciate it. Also, stay safe out there, people.
Yeah. Keep it.
Boom. All right. So there's, and you could find many more. There's many more newsreels out there. And let's see, Maya Starfire, what's up? Gerald, did you want to bring up your map? Let me.
It's showing it on my side, so I don't know. You have to approve it or bring it up.
Hang on, let me see here. 1 second. See, how do I stop this? Oh, that's weird. So I don't know. I can't get this off our page here. Let me try this. All right, that didn't work. That's weird. Yeah, it's stuck pretty much. Oh, there we go. Got it. All right. So let's see over on your end. Let me try. It says, yeah, I don't see anything here. You want to try and
click share screen? It pops right up on my side. So I don't know why you can't. I don't know if anybody else can see it or just
me.
Well,
I think you got it up now, right? I see it here.
All right. Yeah.
You have a map up.
So this is from Bigfoot Society. This is his map or wherever I'm assuming he made it, but this has all the sightings so far, and you can see the downward and southward trend heading towards Lake Milton.
Yeah, interesting. And of course, like any water source, any body of water, for me, I'm like, all right, they would probably head there for a bit. Maybe, try to get some water or whatever they do with water. But it seems like they like to be around water.
So I'm not sure why they're saying, I mean, if you add these up, it says on 3.6 and 3.7, there was 2, then 2 in Garrettsville, 1 in Streetboro, then Windingham has 1, then Newton Township has 1, then Lake Milton. So that I thought there was another one in there that it might be, maybe they didn't count it or maybe they didn't think it was creditable, but I thought there was 9 instead of 8.
Okay. Yeah, I had heard 8 yesterday and then nothing yet today. Also, let's see, what else did I want to touch on right here? Yeah, I want to see if I could find, I probably won't be able to find it. But I thought I had a little map of all the counties, and I wanted to show that. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like they're headed southeast now, and then I think Pennsylvania is the next state that like borders with.
They're expecting it to go over the national forest in Pennsylvania,
which is another state that has a lot of historical Bigfoot reports and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't knock Pennsylvania. I don't, I've heard a lot from there. I know there's several investigators out that way, and yeah, it's just a good spot for them. Again, yeah, I don't know. I wonder, again, is someone out there pulling our leg, pulling our foot? Could it be, maybe a group of guys with some costumes and just driving around and popping up and got to keep that in mind for sure. I don't know. Have you ran that through your head, girl?
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing I'm wondering is it more than one? Because we hear reports of a rust color, a brown color, then the next report will be black haired.
Right.
So it's like, okay, and the heights are always different. Seven, of course, that could be just a witness being afraid or scared and not really getting a true judgment of what they're seeing. But we're getting anywhere from 7 to 10 foot.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of different characteristics on each report. So it makes me wonder, okay, could there possibly be two, or is there more than one that's traveling?
Yeah. Yeah. I would think, because of like you just mentioned, it seems like there's two. But then again, we've brought up recently also that sometimes lighting could affect the colors of hair and stuff like that. And then, but also the height, I think, yeah, if they're mentioning 8 feet, I mean, and then a possible 6-foot brown one, I guess you could, maybe there's quite a bit of leeway there. I mean, it could be two separate individuals or more, or I could see maybe that getting mistaken maybe for the same. Maybe it is just a brown one that's about 6 feet, and maybe, everyone gauges stuff differently and experiences stuff differently. So maybe, it's just maybe the same one getting reported differently. I think about that as well. Also, I wanted there's a bunch of stuff I was gonna pull up, but this is pretty good so far. But I did want to share. I did check out the sheriff's department. Let's see their Facebook. I don't know if anyone's done this yet, but there we go. This is a Portage County Sheriff's Office. And they did post something here. Yeah, breaking news. Sheriff Bruce D. Zakowski has detained Bigfoot, Portage County. So, news release, we have learned that Bigfoot is in our county illegally, and we're working diligently with ICE and Border Patrol to deport this creature back to Canada.
Oh boy. Back to Canada.
Yeah. I don't know why they think he needs to be deported over there, but yeah, I think we have to have a talk with the sheriff here.
I would think of anybody that has dual citizenship, I would think it'd be Sasquatch.
Right? Oh man. Anyway, there's that there. And what else do we have? There's a couple other things that, let's see, before we wrap this up, I want to make sure, touching on this, there was several other random things I was going to throw in the mix. So I did check for like any like current missing persons cases in the path of these reports, just in case, I'm just like, well, it'd be something to look into. And then I also checked out UFO sightings, and they say Ohio is quite active with UFO reports. And I mentioned that historical report earlier, and there was this news article from, let's see, it's NBC4. It says Ohioans have 1.13% chance of being abducted by aliens, study finds. And this was released last month. So this is February 9th, 2026. Thought that was pretty interesting. So yeah, it's something to check out here. And then there was, let's see, some other stuff. Maybe, I'm not saying this is related or anything, but just something that popped in when I was looking into Portage County as well.
Well, there's been lots of reports, not lots, but we cover it. Jessica's covered. I'm sure you've covered about the connection between UFO aliens and Sasquatch or Bigfoot. I mean, there is that little link in there. You'll hear somebody talk about a report now and then.
Oh yeah,
There's always that.
Yeah, there was I think this one might have been a rash of sightings also from the 70s. It's interesting. There's these like the 70s. It was like I want to say there's several places that had these rashes of sightings like we're having now, I would imagine. That people were reporting, and we had it here in SoCal too. I believe it's Lancaster, Palmdale area, right over these mountains. Hopefully, if SoCal Sasquatch is in the chat, maybe could confirm that. But I think we had one here in the 70s also, and I know I've heard of other places having it. So I find that fascinating, and I'm definitely putting that in my notes. Another thing, let's see, there was another thing. What up, Mad Pax? General Sorrows, salute to you. D Worm, Maria Walker, thank you all for joining. We're just having a little chat of the recent rash of Ohio Bigfoot reports here, and we are live and on duty at the shop as well. Gero was kind enough to join me, and I appreciate that. And maybe someone could share Gero's channel link and the Gero sounds as well. They are one. So let's see, Minxie almost 6 there. Yeah, it's getting later in the day here, so I won't keep you too much longer, Gero. I know the Cryptid Huntress. I seen the title of her show tonight, and it's something about, I think, remote viewing and Bigfoot holding orbs. Since you just mentioned that,
I think it's an older report from Pennsylvania holding the orb, and I think you guys touched on it the last time you were talking with Jessica about.
Really? All right. So yeah, I'll be checking that out. So go on over and check that out later today. That's going to be, I think, 5 o'clock our time. So I'll be hanging with y'all there in the chat. And let's see. I want to make sure I got everything here that I wanted to. Yeah. So again, folks, we're going to be keeping an eye on these reports. If you got people out in Ohio, in these areas that we've talked about, or maybe surrounding areas, and have activity, let us know. Let Gero know. Gero takes reports, and I'm totally open to taking reports as well. And we'd like to hear from you. And man, hopefully Sasquatch, come on over to Cali and SoCal at least.
Right.
And do a little streak over here. Then you could hang out behind Gero's backyard. He's got plenty of space over there.
That's right.
You can bring a camper
up and hang out.
And so Gero, you have new cameras set up. You want to talk about the live feed and the cameras and anything else you got going on? And
yeah, so on our YouTube channel, we Jane Gero Sounds, she posted a new video of the storms that just went through our area with the tornadoes and all that. So we got a really nice video from one of our cameras that faces that direction. And we also got a new color camera that points out that way too. So some of the footage, you can see the color in it. So that's a really nice thing. And we just got our thermal, which we haven't really got out in the field to play with it yet, but I did the deer out in the garden and some of our dogs and cats, that are local. So, but hopefully we got some spots that we want to take it to see if there's anything we can find.
Well, you're in the perfect spot. I mean, you could just go in the backyard and see what's lurking. And then you do get plenty of wildlife back there. And maybe Bigfoot does come around your backyard, but just in cloak mode where we can't see it. So maybe the thermal might help.
We see some fuzzy and haziness in a lot of areas that when we look at it during the day, it's just normal. And then at night, all of a sudden you start seeing this movement and glitching. It could be the camera. But it's not always there. It's just in one spot. So we need to check that out. And we got a couple other areas that we're going to go to.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm super stoked on your new gear. I love gadgets. I love, different things. Gero, I'll never forget, but Gero fixed my FLIR. And we've upgraded since, quality of thermal since the FLIR, but it's a good unit to have around, and I appreciate Gero for doing that repair on that. And Gero, so thank you again, man, for hanging out, talking to me and talking to all of us for a bit, spending some time and energy with us. And you know, we're usually in touch. You know, we're
Right.
usually sending each other messages and stuff like that. Blazer as well. And you all are welcome to do the same. I have a Discord. Are you on Discord, Gero? I don't know if
I have a Discord, but I haven't been on there in a while.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. You could always reach out to us on Discord and you know, chop it up and share things there. And of course our post section. So on your channel, are people able to share the community able to share posts on your channel as well?
I believe so. I'll have to check it, but usually everybody gets a hold of us either if they're friends with us on Messenger or Facebook, or the easiest way is just midwestnightwatchers@gmail.com.
Right
We see
on.
that we answer those, and we'll get back with you as soon as we see them.
Sweet. And yeah, so stay tuned. We're gonna continue doing. I mean, Gero seemed, you know, we've had him on. This is our third time, and you know, I want to say I could count on you for you know, coming on and stuff. So I appreciate that. Much love to you and Jane. And yeah, so you know, expect more of this, folks. You know, and also if you've had an encounter and stuff like that, and you want to come on and you know, chop it up with maybe even Gero here with us, or just one-on-one with BD, you know, and you, we could totally make that happen. Let me know. And not hard to get a hold of, folks. And yeah, so we're gonna wrap this one up. Hillbilly Herb, thank you for keeping the chat smoky, bro. And much love to everyone out there. Philip, thank you for hanging out. And yeah, we're gonna wrap this up like a fatty, Gero.
So
Thank you
before we
for
go,
yeah, what's up?
Friday in the afternoon, we should be on Esoteric Atlanta with Bryce Watson, and I think we're going to be talking about conspiracies and Bigfoot and all that, the normal stuff. And then Friday night we'll be on the Night Owl Lounge on our channel like normal, and we got some new stuff, and always got stuff to talk about on the Night Owl Lounge.
Yeah,
and
and you know,
Jessica Jones will be joining us. And I think we'll be talking a little bit about her visit down to LBL, and maybe some Bigfoot history and other things like that.
right on, right on. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I usually hang out with you guys on your streams on Fridays, or whenever
Yeah,
you guys
Friday
are on.
night.
I'm usually there hanging out. So if you want to come hang out with us, y'all know where to find us. All right, Gero. So much love to everyone out there. Y'all take care. Be safe. Tina C, thank you again for the message earlier. And we'll be in touch, folks. Let's see if we could do this. So I'm going to try and drop our outro. Boom. Here we go, Gero.
Ooh.